flitter through the pages with Dee. So sorry about Wednesday's video. That was a little bit of a hectic day. So I was quite tired with my health, what have you. I was quite tired on that day. So I skipped that video. So apologies for that. So we're back on track now. Here we are. I did say that there was some fun stuff coming up. So I've seen quite a few booktubers who are newbies, like myself, doing the booktube tag questions. So I thought I'd have a go at that. So should we start with question 1? Why not? So question 1, why did you start this channel? To make friends, basically. I don't have a very big friend circle, and I felt that when you read books, you want to share that experience with someone. And whether you do that through your actual friend circle, or whether you find book groups to talk to, forums, so on and so forth, I was looking for that kind of thing. But I also wanted to voice my opinion, even though I don't have what I would call a specific opinion, because I generally like most things. But I just wanted to put myself out there, do something a little bit different. I watched a few booktubers, I liked what they were doing, and I just wanted to see if I could do that. I'm not a shy, retiring person. I'm quite confident, so I thought, well, you know, why not give it a go? See how you get on. And in the process, I've actually made a few friends from that. So yeah, that's initially why I decided to start the channel, was to see if I could create a group so we could all talk books. So that's why I did that. Question number 2, what unique things can you bring to BookTube? This one gave me a little bit of pause for thought, because I'm not too sure what is unique that I can bring. I'm not sure if there are actually any booktubers who are from the Manchester area, so that could be unique. I don't know, I could be wrong there. Other than the fact that I'm not a girly girl, so I'm not into the romance side of things really. I prefer blood, guts and gore and that kind of thing, so maybe I'm a bit unique in that way. But other than that, I don't really know what's unique about me. I feel like I'm just unique in myself. We all are as individuals, so each and every one of us that comes to BookTube is unique. We may read the same books at certain points, and at certain points we also might do buddy reads, but that doesn't distract from away the fact that we're unique. Every single one of us is unique, so I don't really know how to answer that question in regards to being a booktuber, but just as in what's unique about me, well, I am, because I'm a unique individual and I'm not like anybody else, and neither are you, and neither is any of the other booktubers that you watch. We're all unique individual human beings, so that's my version of what unique is. Yeah. Number 3, what are you most excited about? Making a community, being part of a community. What I've found with a good majority of BookTube is that if you are prepared to reach out to people, you will get an answer back and you will make friendships from those. Like I said, I'm quite a confident person. I don't really shy away from introducing myself to someone and saying, hi, I'm Dee. What are you up to today? What are you reading? I don't shy away from those kind of things. So I'm more than happy to reach out to somebody and see if there's a connection or a friendship that can be made. And I've found that has come in quite easily from the BookTube community. They're not shy of saying, hi, how are you? You know, hope you're doing well. I hope your videos are doing as well as you'd like. If there's anything you need, let me know. And you create this friendship. So that's what I'm most excited about, is forming friendships. And not just with booktubers, with some of you guys who watch my content. I'd like to have more of a conversation with you guys on a regular basis. I do have a few people on my Discord who we have chats back and forth, majoritively about books, but we could talk about anything. It's just to make those friendships and have that community, because the older you get, it tends to be like the less friends you have around you, because everybody gets on with their lives, and you just lose touch with people as you're growing older, and you get to a certain point where your children have grown up, and as an adult you kind of feel, well, what's left for me? You know, I've raised my children. Yes, they still need me in ways, but now I'm an independent adult again to a certain extent, so what do I do with myself? And this is where I'm excited to make new friendships, because that just adds an extra element into my life. So that's what I'm excited. And the potential books that I can find out about from other booktubers and other people who watch the channel, and they can give me advice and recommendations on new authors or books that they've read and enjoyed. That's all part of this community, is it? We're all sharing information and we're all saying to each other, well, I think this is your taste, so you'd really enjoy this book. Or I've watched your videos, this is your taste. Would you like to read this? I mean, I've had one viewer who I spoke to, we're going to do a buddy read. So it's just things like that where you just build this community, and it's really exciting to have these people around you. Number 4, why do you love reading? Okay, so when I got diagnosed in 2019, firstly with fibromyalgia, and then around 2020, 2021, I was diagnosed with 2 heart conditions. It scared me, and it made me take a couple of steps back, and I became kind of feared to go into the outside world. I used to drink, I stopped drinking, I haven't had a drink now for, I don't know, maybe getting on for 5 years. A drop of alcohol hasn't touched my lips for at least 5 years, because of all the medication that I'm on. So I needed something. Like I say, I don't work, because of health restrictions. It's difficult to find willing participants to take me on, plus with my age, and I can't do what I used to do, because I can't spend the hours and time doing that. So I needed something to fill that time, and I remembered how much I enjoyed reading. So I just, on one particular day, just went out and I picked up a book, and that set off the whole sort of pendulum again of book after book after book after book. And I started where I'd left off years and years ago, with crimes and thrillers and horrors, and then watching BookTube I came across Mike's book reviews and Johanna and Philip Chase and that side of the book community, and I saw they were all into fantasy, and I just picked up the odd fantasy here and there and really enjoyed it, and it just opened up a whole new world for me. So that's what I love about reading, is the escapism. You have this normal lifestyle and we have these things happening to us, and they can knock us back. We can take a step forward and we can go 5 back sometimes in life. But when you read, it's escapism. It takes you away from the world that you're actually in and puts you in a different one, a magical one, a fantasy one that doesn't involve any of the day-to-day grind of the bills and the kids and the this and the that. It's just free and it's different and it's new, and that's what I love about reading, is the adventure and the journey, and how it takes me away from what is potentially quite depressing in some aspects, or down in some aspects, or, you know, can be quite painful sometimes, and I go on a little journey, and that makes the days just better for me. At number 5, what got you into reading? Well, I think I just covered that. But if we mean from childhood, both my parents were big readers. There was always books in the house. My mum always had sort of the Stephen King, the Agatha Christie. My dad always had crime and thrillers. So it was those 2 books that I saw that I would pick up myself. And when I was of the age of ability to read those kind of books, I did start reading them, and I found how much I enjoyed them. So if we're talking early age, I was probably maybe 6 or 7 when I found those kind of books and started reading. So I was quite forward in my reading at school, because I was already doing it on a regular basis. But if we mean this time around, it was the health issues and the boredom, really, and where I'd got myself to in a bit of a slump, and the reading just helped me find myself again in a way. Yeah. So number 6, what challenges do you think you face? If we mean with regards to this channel, I don't really know. I don't really see many things as a challenge. I try and not be that way inclined. I don't really suffer with fear. What I say is what I say, and this is who I am. So, you know, I don't really think anybody should make excuses for who they are, so I certainly don't. And I certainly don't teach my daughters to make excuses for who they are, because You know, if you're a person with morals and you live your life that way, I don't think there are any excuses to be made. So I just see things head on and tackle them head on. So challenges, maybe it's been equipment and the tech side of things that's a challenge. Learning all that was quite a challenge. Like, what do I get? How do I use it? What do I say? You know, what image do I put across, or do I put across an image? I presume maybe some YouTubers and BookTubers think, do I just be myself, or do I create a character? Would people enjoy a character more than they would enjoy me? And I at first had those intentions. I thought, I'll maybe create a character, and that might be somebody who people enjoy more. But the reality of it is, just be you. Just come on here and just be you, because you will find your people. Your people are out there. So I suppose one of the challenges is, will I be liked? Will I be watched? Will people watch my content? Will people appreciate what I say? Or will people just think, oh, here's another one, you know, waffling on about books? So that, I suppose, is a challenge. So I'd say, will people watch? And the tech side of things, will I get to grips with that? Because being 47, very close to it anyway, and not being very tech savvy at all, it is quite a thing to face up to and be like, okay, how am I going to I know how to turn it on, but how do I work it? You know, I've got this mic here, I know how to turn it on, but what do I do with it? Do I just, you know, it's silly things like that to me that put that little challenge there of like, I've never done this before, am I going to do this right? So those are the challenges that I've had to face, I think. So number 7, where do I read? I majoritively read in my living room. I have a reading lamp, and I sit at the table, and that's generally where I read. It's the most comfy place for me to read. With my ailments, if I was to get on settee, I can guarantee you that within 10 minutes I'd be asleep. So I don't really want to sleep during the day. I used to have to, but I don't really want to do that anymore, because it's like I'm wasting my life away. So I generally tend to stay on quite a decent upright chair with a little lamp, and that's generally where I read for hours on end. I can read for 5, 6 hours, 7 hours a day, really, and then I'll go back to it. I'll take a break and I'll go back to it at night before bed, and I read in bed. So that's generally where I read. And lastly of these, what books do you like to read? Literally anything that is fiction. Literally anything. If it's fiction based, I will try it. Anything. As I say, my first introduction into books was more so crime and thriller and horror, but then recently I found fantasy, and I'm now delving into other little areas of fantasy, sort of what's it called, the sort of memoirs, but they're not really true memoirs, they're fake memoirs. I know one genre is called checkout memoirs, where it's like little cashier memoirs, where they're like about the literal life of a cashier, but they're fiction, so they're not really real. I'm sort of getting it more into those, not specifically cashier memoirs, but fiction memoirs. I quite like things like that. But I'm also delving into authors from different countries, which have been what's the word I want? Where they've been, the language has been put into English. This is the challenge that I have, is my memory. To find words when I'm actually talking to you guys is more of a challenge than actually just writing it down. If I was to have written this down, I can guarantee you the word would have been there. But to actually think of it while I'm filming on the spot, no chance. But I'm delving into other areas of authors. I'm going more cultural. I want to read from other countries and find what other people in other countries like to write about. So that's really interesting to me at the moment. But nothing is off the table when it comes to reading. I currently mostly read fiction, but I will go into non-fiction at some point. I was having a look yesterday and I saw quite a few non-fictions that I'm quite interested in. However, my daughter has put me on a book buying ban. I'm on at least a 2-month book buying ban apparently. So yeah, I'm not allowed to buy any more books. because I've gone a bit mad. Yeah. So those are my questions. Those are the BookTuber newbie questions, and that's just a little bit more insight into me, I suppose. Now, I did mention in my post when I apologised for Wednesday that there was a few fun things, this being one of them, so I hope learning a little bit about me was a bit more entertaining than me just reviewing a book or telling you guys about a book. And the other thing is I'm going to start doing things so that you can be involved in my channel as much as I'm doing it. So what do I mean by that? So for instance, I have a couple of these coming up for this month and going into April. And what it is I have a book for myself to read and I have a book to give away. Now, I'm not quite sure how we're going to work this, whether it's just going to be the most active person that we spot, or names in the comments, names through Twitter, put yourself out there, just put your name down, or whatever, whatever name it is you want to put there, put yourself forward in the comments. I think we'll probably go about it that way. So if you want to be involved in this, the way we're going to do it is you're going to put your name in the comments, and then you will go onto a list, and then we're going to spin a wheel. Everybody's name will go on the wheel. We'll spin the wheel, and whoever gets picked, I will send you the same copy of the book I'm going to read, and I will get some sort of communication info from you via email or whatever that is, and we will then potentially, if you're interested, we can do a buddy read, or you can just tell me when you're reading it, and we'll work something out. So the first book I've got, because I've been looking at this book a few times, it was actually shown in one of my videos, but I've been looking at this book a few times, and it's Grady Hendrix, How to Sell a Haunted House. Now I actually have two copies. Now if anybody's interested in getting that other copy, so one's for me and one's for you, if you're interested. So what you can do is in the comments of this video and potentially the next video for Monday, put your name in the comments, because I'll repeat it again in Monday's video. Put your name in the comments, we'll add them to a spinning wheel, and then we'll spin that wheel, and whoever comes off the wheel will receive that other book. And then we can potentially either buddy read it, or we can just at some point in the future talk about it and say, what did you think? Well, this is what I thought. Because I just think that's a nice way, rather than me reaching out to booktubers and saying, do you want to do a buddy read? Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that at the same time, me and my viewers? Why don't we do that? Become more of a close-knit community, or invite other people in this way and get a bit more interest, or if you guys want in on this, you can pick this book up yourselves by all means, and the more of us can read it together. But that was just my idea, was to pick up a couple of copies of the same book and give one away. So if you're interested, as I said, put your name in the comments and we'll add that to the wheel. And how will I do that? I'll come back to you on Monday's video. I'll have a chat with my daughter, work out sort of the logistics of how we're going to do that. But I think what we'll do is we'll say, okay, well, I'll ask you to then privately somehow give me your email, and I will email you if you want. We'll do it that way, or I'll say the name out on a video, and then you can see my email. You can then email me, and I can then get your information that way, and we can get that book out to you. But we'll work it out. This is just a new idea for today, but we'll work it out. But the way to enter, the way that you're going to enter into getting this book sent to you for free, I'll send it, no cost to you, is to put your name in the comments below into this video. That's all you've got to do. Just put your name here, or you can go and do it on Twitter. I will post this video on Twitter later, so you can this will be later on today, so this video will also be on Twitter, so you can post your name on Twitter, or you can post it here. It's up to you. Or you can join my Discord, and you can say there that you want to enter the competition for the Grady Hendrix book there. I just thought it'd be a bit of fun, a bit of a nice offer from me. Maybe somebody out there wants to read and can't at the moment afford to buy a book. I've got you covered. I've got a book here. You know, you could potentially win that. Who knows? So yeah, that's today's video. I hope that, like I said, maybe you've got a bit more insight into me from those questions. And I will hopefully be back Monday with something else. But until then, I've been Dee, and this has been Through the Pages. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.